of class 9. Today we are going to discuss the fifth part of the chapter Cell, Fundamental Unit of Life. Today what is our learning objectives? Our learning objectives are idea about protoplasm and cytoplasm, structure and function of nucleus, and the idea of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Now first of all, we will talk about the protoplasm and cytoplasm. So now we are getting the idea of protoplasm. The term protoplasm coined by Purkinje in 1839. Now what is protoplasm? Protoplasm is the living part of the cell that is enclosed by cell membrane, and it consists of nucleus and the cytoplasm together. It helps the cell in various ways. What are those? First of all, it gives the shape of the cell. Secondly, it helps to give response against the stimuli. Third one, it helps in the equal distribution of different materials within the protoplasm by its streaming movement. These are the different ways by which the protoplasm helps a cell. Now, the next part of the today's lesson, that is idea of cytoplasm. The term cytoplasm was coined by Rudolf von Kolliker in 1863. Now, what is cytoplasm? The jelly-like substance present in between cell membrane and nucleus is called as the cytoplasm. It consists of different cell organelles and other substances like enzymes. They are also present in the cytoplasm of the cell. Now, what are the functions of cytoplasm? First of all, it helps in the exchange of material between cell organelles. It helps in the exchange of material between cell organelles, and secondly, it acts as the storehouse of different biomolecules like amino acid, glucose, vitamin, etc. There is another important function of cytoplasm, that cellular metabolism activities like respiration, part of the respiration like glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm also. So, this is about cytoplasm and its function. Now, we will talk about nucleus and its parts and its functions. Who first discovered nucleus? Robert Brown in 1831 discovered nucleus. The number of nucleus can be varied from one cell to another cell. Sometimes it is absent also. If the cell do not have nucleus, those cells are called as enucleated cells or anucleated cells. Examples are mature human RBCs, sieve tube, etc. If the cells having only a single nucleus, then those are called as the uninucleated cells. Example, all cells of eukaryotic organisms. If the cells possess two nuclei, then it is called as the binucleated cell. Example is paramecium. And if the cells consist of more than two nuclei, it is called as multinucleated cell. Example is the sinusoidal hyphae of fungus, where a long filamentous structure is present without any division, and long cytoplasmic portion without any division, and it consists of more than one nucleus. That is known as the sinusoidal hyphae. Have you seen the nucleus in onion peel cells or in animal, that is cell that is in chick cell? Yes. In case of onion peel cell, it is located towards the periphery, whereas in case of chick cell, it is present more or less at the center of the cell. Now, what are the different parts of the nucleus? We are going to know about that. This is the diagram of the nucleus. The nucleus has its four main parts. What are those? First of all, the membrane of the nucleus, that is called as nuclear membrane. Next, inner to the membrane, the jelly-like part of the nucleus, that is nucleoplasm. Then a dense circular part present at the almost at the center of the nucleus, that is nucleolus, and the chromatin materials. These are the four important parts of the nucleus. Now, the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane is made up of two layers. The outer membrane, this is the outer membrane, and the inner membrane. The space in between the outer and inner membrane is called as the perinuclear space. On the surface of the nuclear membrane, several pores are present. These are called as the nucleopores or nuclear pores. These pores help in the exchange of different materials like RNA, ribosomes from the nucleoplasm to the cytoplasm. Now the next part of the nucleus, that is the nucleoplasm. The inner jelly-like part of the nucleus is called as the nucleoplasm, or we can say the cytoplasmic part present inside the nucleus, that is called as the nucleoplasm. It has some granules present here, and also it helps in the presence of the nucleolus and the chromatin fibers over here. Okay, now we are going to know about the next part of the nucleus, that is nucleoplasm. It is the cytoplasmic part that present inside the nucleus. It contains water, enzymes and other several molecules. The chromatin fibers and the nucleolus present here. The main function of nucleoplasm is the transference of the different substances from nucleus to the cytoplasm, and also it helps to separate the chromosome from the cytoplasm. Now the next part, that is nucleolus. Nucleolus was discovered by Fontana. It is a circular dense part present inside the nucleus. It mainly consists of RNA and protein. And what is its functions? Its functions is the synthesis of RNA and ribosomes. Now the next part of the nucleus, can you see this straight-like structure? Yes, these straight-like structures are the chromatin materials. These are the chromosomes and it contains the genetic material. Now, altogether, this is the structure of the nucleus. Now, we are going to know about the functions of nucleus. How the nucleus helps the cell. It is called as the brain of the cell because it performs various functions. What are those? It helps in cellular reproduction or cell reproduction. During reproduction times, it divides and carry the genetic materials and thus help in the cellular reproduction. It helps to transfer hereditary materials from parents to offspring, that is from one generation to another generation. And it also controls all metabolic activities of the cell. So till now, we have learned about the structure and the functions of the nucleus. Now, depending on the structure of nucleus, we can divide the cell in two types. What are those? The prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. What are prokaryotic cell? Pro means primitive, karyo means nucleus. So the cells which have primitive type of nucleus or which do not have well developed nucleus, those cells are called as prokaryotic cells. Examples are the bacterial cell. Whereas U means advanced and karyo means nucleus. So the cells which have well developed nucleus or advanced type of nucleus, those are called as the eukaryotic cells. Examples are all the plant cell, all animal cell, and the advanced type of organisms. They have eukaryotic cell. So can you see the picture of prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell? Can you compare this picture, these two pictures? See, in case of prokaryotic cell, we can see the cell wall. Outermost layer is the cell wall. In case of eukaryotic cell, if it is animal cell, cell wall is absent. If it is plant cell, cell wall may be present. But the chemical composition of the cell wall is quite different from the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. In case of prokaryotic cell, the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Whereas in case of eukaryotic cell, plant cell, the cell wall is mainly made up of cellulose. Inner part of the cell. Now look at the inner part of the cell. Can you find any membrane bound cell organelles over here? No, it is absent. But in case of the eukaryotic cell, we can see the membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria. This and other cell organelles are also present, but we can find it the mitochondria over here. Now the nucleus. In case of eukaryotic cell, the nucleus is well developed with nuclear membrane, nucleolus is there. But in case of the prokaryotic cell, the well developed nucleus is absent, where the nuclear materials are scattered in the cell, and this structure is known as the nucleoid. So, in case of prokaryotic cell, nucleoid is present, whereas in case of eukaryotic cell, well-developed nucleus is present. Now next to the nucleus, these small circular structures that is called as the ribosomes. Ribosomes do not have any membrane. So these cell organelles present in the prokaryotic cell, but they remain scattered in the cytoplasm. Whereas in case of eukaryotic cell, the ribosomes may be scattered in the cytoplasm, and most of the cases they remain attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. And also see that the ribosomes present in the prokaryotic cell are the 70S type of ribosome, whereas in eukaryotic cell it is 80S type of ribosome. So these are the comparisons between eukaryotic cell and the prokaryotic cell. Now today's assignment, that is several questions are given here. You have to do the answers and submit it. So from today's lesson, we have learned about cytoplasm, protoplasm, the structure and functions of nucleus, and also we get the idea of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell.